How's it going, guys? Anxious Cynic back again, and as always, thanks for all the great submissions we got this week's compilation. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope the camera shake is coming in handy for you guys. So I actually wanted to give you guys a couple of more tips about how you can do this trick with a little bit more help, visual aids, you might say. So there's one thing in mine-imator that I didn't go over, which is this button right here. If you can see that, it says toggle grid. And when you turn this on, you'll see that you get these grid lines on the camera. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the rule of thirds or whatever, but that's what these are for. Everything's blocked into 3 up and 3 down. And this is mainly meant to help you with composition, but you can actually use this to kind of get an idea of how far you're moving the camera when you're trying to do this effect. So you can see here these lines can you can use the pixels and whatnot, and then let's just say if we spawn a character in, you can see that now we can use these lines to kind of judge how far we're moving the camera, so that way you can keep up with really the movement of your shake and how far it's moving and whatnot. So you can either get the little bit of shake that you want or the exaggerated shake that you want without having to just guess based on where Steve is in the frame. You can actually use these lines to tell you where he is exactly and stuff like that. Alright, so one more trick I wanted to show you is if you wanted something with a little bit more specificity and you really want to know what the camera is pointing at exactly, right? There's a trick we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a cube. Alrighty, so we got our cube here and everything is good. I'm just going to go ahead and center up the rotation point just to make this even easier for ourselves. I'm going to parent the cube, if I can grab it. If I can parent the cube to the camera, and what we're going to do is zero out its position, and we're just going to bring it out. It doesn't really matter. I'll bring it out to 40, and we're going to scale it down. And of course, like, you could do something crazy and like actually make a little crosshair shape or something like that, but what we're going to do is just leave it there, and I'm just going to turn the brightness up so we can see it. And what you have now is essentially a reticle like in a game, like the crosshair from Minecraft. So what you can do is just move this around, and whatever that cube is pointing at, then that's exactly like the center point of the camera, as long as it's, not moved on the position. Like, it's out from the Y for me, which is away from the camera, but if you moved the X or the Z, then it wouldn't be centered up. So as long as those are 0, then we know that that's the 0 point on the camera. So as you can see, whatever the camera is pointing at, that's exactly where the cube is going to go. And that really, like, if I want to do a really subtle shake, then if I had the camera pointed here at the whites of Steve's eyes, it looks like one's really white now because of the way I lined that up, then I know I can just move it down, and like that's as far as I've moved the camera. It gives me a very exact way of telling where my camera is looking and whatnot. And of course, if you were going to do this method, then you would need to go down here to your keyframes and toggle visibility when you go to render, because you don't want that white dot or whatever color you make it in your animation the whole time, because that would look weird. Anywho, that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope those couple of little extra tips there were helpful for you and make the camera shake-ness that you do in the future a little bit better, a little bit easier. Maybe I'll make this its own tip video at some point in time, but for now, you just get it here. You're part of the exclusive compilation club. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me chatter. I'm doing an early morning recording. You can probably hear it in my voice, so I apologize if it sounds bleh. In any case, as always, guys, thanks for all the great submissions we got. Glad to see you guys are still enjoying the compilation and keeping this thing alive, for now at least. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to Become a Citizen today, and I will see you guys next week.